Well, it's a weekend for the movies, and with this cold, might be a good weekend to stay inside and catch a flick or two. Several new films are now in theaters after things had been slow at the box office due to COVID. Joining us now live with some look at these films, plus a chance to score some free tickets, is film critic, co-host, and executive producer of Movie Show Plus, Tom Santilli. Tom, always great to talk to you.
Hey, likewise, Jen. Great to be here.
So it's just nice to see. It seems like Hollywood's kind of returning after that lull at the box office due to the pandemic. And I know that there are several new movies hitting theaters this weekend. What are some of the big ones you're keeping your eyes on?
Yeah, that's right. This is finally feels like a normal week of release with, several movies. A lot of them are smaller. There's a movie called Sundown that's playing in select theaters starring Tim Roth and Charlotte Gainsbourg. There's a movie called Jockey that's getting some buzz for a performance from Clifton Collins Jr. And then there's also a great documentary called Who We Are that I really highly anticipate people go see. But the one big theatrical release that people probably have seen the trailers for is Moonfall. It stars Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson. It's one of those big disaster flicks. It's kind of a disaster, I thought, ultimately. The moon is attacking Earth and that sort of thing. If you're into that, it might be that kind of good, bad. But I actually will let you hear directly from Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson on their thoughts on making this movie.
I think one of the reasons I really wanted to do Moonfall was because it related to the odd times in which we find ourselves living in with this COVID pandemic. And I think normally big disaster movies like this are movies that people seem to gravitate towards. I think they can see themselves in them. We all have this fascination about the end of the world and what would that look like and how would we live through that? Would we live through that? And because the pandemic is so much, I think, a part of our everyday life right now, a movie like this sort of resonated with me in a different way. I thought it would be more relatable now than ever before.
I love that it took this huge disaster film idea, but really based it around one of the most interesting and controversial questions of evolution versus creation. And so for me, that was really fascinating to me. I like when you can use a movie, even a big splashy popcorn movie, to at least just drop something into the conversation. I think that's really fascinating.
And Tom, Halle Berry kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's such an important time to talk about those scenarios. I think this is kind of a ripe time for people to consider that. I remember Don't Look Up was kind of one of those movies that a lot of people gravitated to, maybe for that same reason. And I know another big movie opening is happening next week, and you have a chance to score some free tickets for an advanced screening. Tell us about that.
That's right. Death on the Nile is coming out next weekend, and I have a free ticket giveaway for people, and it's an advanced screening, so you can actually see the movie before it hits theaters. The screening is next Wednesday, and it's at the MJR Troy. This movie, of course, is a sequel to the recent Murder on the Orient Express starring Kenneth Branagh. It has an all-star cast. Gal Gadot is in the new one. If you go to that link on your screen, you can score some tickets. It's first come, first serve, so jump on there now and get them, courtesy of WXYZ.
I've seen the trailer for that, and that is definitely on my list of films to see for sure. Now, before we let you go, Tom, Oscar nominations are going to be announced this Tuesday on the 8th. Any last-minute buzz out there? What are you hearing?
There are a lot of front runners. At this point, we kind of have some locks, right? We know that King Richard with Will Smith, that's a definite lock.
Right.
Movies like Belfast, Coda even has kind of snuck up, Power of the Dog. The big buzz right now is around Kristen Stewart, who has kind of been getting snubbed for what people thought early on was a lock for Spencer, her performance in that movie as Princess Diana. So that's really the big one. Also, how much they're going to love House of Gucci. Lady Gaga has been the actress has kind of replaced Stewart a lot of the times. So we're kind of watching the Best Actress category closely. I'm going to be on TV 20 in reaction to the Oscar nominations on Tuesday morning. So check out that, tune in there, watch it on ABC. They're going to actually do the nominations on ABC, and then follow TV 20 for my reaction to the Oscar nominations.
You mentioned House of Gucci. I have to say, I saw it. I loved it. Jared Leto was, I mean, he really, I barely recognized him. I had to go and be like, wow, really, was that Jared Leto in that film? So I really liked that movie. I'm curious to see what ends up happening with those nominations.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Of course, the Oscars come on ABC on March 27th. I'll be hosting an Oscar gala at the Maple Theater. We'll have more information on that as we get closer, of course. And also, by the way, real quick plug, Movie Show Plus, my show. We have a new episode coming this on Sunday the 13th, and that is where you can find more of my Oscar takes.
Sounds good. Tom Santilli with Movie Show Plus. As always, it's great to talk to you.